Welcome back, everyone. To everybody that is new, I'm going to ask that you take a second and go down and hit that subscribe button. Today we are making, it's really funny, I've been seeing them all over Pinterest and I thought I can do that. So today we're going to make hummingbird perches. And I've already made a couple. So here's one. Let me take it off here and you can see it's just a little, hummingbirds aren't big and they don't weigh a lot. So we're going to go ahead and make one of these. I actually made these this morning with my daughter, who's almost 4. So if you're looking for a fun mommy me craft, if you're looking for a fun craft for kids to do, if you're trying to host a birthday party, this is actually something really fun that they can all do. So let's start with your supplies that you're going to need. First, you're going to need wooden dowels. And these wooden dowels I actually found at the dollar store. And they're 16 for clearly $1. But what's great about these is you're not going to want, these are really long dowels. You're only going to want half of that. So you're going to cut that in half. You're going to have 32. So you can have a big party. Okay, so here's your dowel cut in half. Okay. Then you're going to need wire. I just happen to have a package of colored wire. They all just came wound up. Already had them. I know that you can buy wire at Walmart, and it doesn't have to be that heavy-duty industrial wire. This is just that flimsy little wire. I don't even know if these hummingbird perches work. So I don't want to put a lot of money into them and not know. That's why I think for like a little birthday party, it would be great if you have family coming over and there's a bunch of kids you have to entertain. This might be something great. It can also be used if they have fairy gardens. You could actually cut this in half again and make it a little fairy swing. It's the same idea, okay? So you need to pick out the wire that you're going to use. And today I'm going to use blue because I have, I just happen to have a blue flower that I want to use. So I'm going to use that. Unwind my wire here. Okay. So you don't have to work with the whole wire if you want to cut it to the length that you think you're going to need. So if you get your wire and say you want it this big, go a little longer because you're going to be putting these twirls and wrapping, and then you have to make the hook. So make your wire longer than what you think. They don't have to be... This wire, you guys, I'm actually just going to cut it right in half. So I have my wire cutters. I'm going to cut it right in half. Okay? So here's the wire I'm going to use. I'll just set this wire over here for now so it's out of our way. Okay. So now that we cut our wire, we are going to come through and pick the rest of the beads that we want. Like I said, hummingbirds are attracted to red. So I'm going to put some red beads probably down on the bottom, like here, down here on the bottom. And the only reason is because I already have red beads. I know you can get beads at the dollar store. Walmart has red beads, or beads in general. These happen to be glass beads. I bought a big pack of glass beads a long time ago. So here's my little red beads. Let's see, what other colors can we put on here? I also have, I'm going to just make this really colorful. If no hummingbird uses it, fine. I tried. So we're going to get some pink. I have big glass beads. We'll get some pink ones and some yellow ones. What these ones are these ones up here. Okay, they're the big glass beads. I know this is hard to see because it's kind of far away. You guys are probably thinking, what the heck is she doing? So, I think that's all I'm going to use for beads today. I'm just going to have these, and then I have my little blue flower that I'm going to use. So, you can get elaborate on these if you want, like professional. I'm going to put some of these on the bottom also. They're pink and red and purple beads. You don't want to load this thing up with big, heavy glass beads. If you do, it's going to stretch and it's going to be more of a triangle than this shape. I don't know, your hummingbirds might like that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the end and just twist it around your dowel like that. And that's going to be your base. Okay? I just wrapped it around 5 or 6 times. Nothing too... Okay. So now that we have it, we're going to take it off the dowel. Okay, so this is what you're left with, the bottom. Okay. So then you're just going to start at the bottom and work your way up. So I knew I wanted to do one of my little red beads. And it's just like beading on thread. It's not, you know, and it's going to come down to the bottom here. Okay. And then I want one of these beads. Okay. Now these ones that I'm putting on the bottom are actually heavy glass beads. And mostly the reason why I'm doing that, I did that here too, glass beads on the bottom, heavy glass beads, is to hold it down. Hold the weight of it, hold the perch down. So now, separate my beads here so that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to take my dowel and I'm just going to wrap it around like I did the bottom. See, I'm wrapping it around, nothing tight. Okay, let go. So this is what you have, and go up. See that? So now you have your bottom and you're working your way up. Okay, so now we're going to thread another bead on. Just threading another bead on. Okay, so see, now we have our glass bead here on the bottom, a couple swirls, another bead. These ones look like glass beads. They're actually just really big plastic shiny beads. Really what I've noticed, I'm going to wrap again, with hummingbirds is it's not just necessarily the red as much as it is just color. They just like bright. And I actually got into loving hummingbirds because my sister, she loves them, she feeds them, she, you know, has all the feeders. Okay, so now we're 2 beads up. We're going to do one more bead. And each time I do this, I'm doing it a little less space. So you can see I did quite a bit here. Less. Anyway, she has them where, like, trained. They're trained hummingbirds. Let's be real. They're trained at her house to where she can feed them. So now here I have my flower that I'm going to put on. And these came in a string, and they were all together with O-rings. So there's 2 little holes in each one of these. Okay, now I want this to hang on the inside like this. So I'm going to go, I guess I should come down here where you guys can see. I'm going to go in just like you're sewing. So go in and bring it all the way down to your top bead. Why is this being difficult? Okay, so there it is, right by your top bead. And like I said, just like sewing, you know what? Hold on, back up a little. We're going to put a curl in here. And all that curl does is keep the beads in place. That's why we do it. Okay, so I just put one little curl right here. You can see it. Okay, so I'm going to string this down here. Okay, then bring this in. You kind of have to be patient. It's wire, it's not thread. It's going to twist on you. Just take your time. Don't get irritated. I know you're working with kids if you decided to do this at a fun little party. Okay, so there's one side. Now, we want the top, wherever you want the top. I'm going to put the top right here. So you're just going to take, here it is. Okay, so this is what you've done. Okay, I want the top of it right here. I'm just going to take this like this, and I'm just going to twist it like this. See? And twist it to make sure, see? So then you want to make sure when you're done twisting, this wire then is coming this way. Because now we're going to do the other side. So this is what we have so far, you guys. We've already done one side. This is what we have. Okay, and this is where it's going to hang, and this wire's going to come over to this side. Okay? So now, though, you got to do everything backwards. So before you worked from the bottom. Now we're going to work from the top. So, because we only have one flower, we're going to do some curls up here in the top. Just like that. And this side, where I did these ones fairly close, I'm going to separate them now a little. Oh, I didn't even notice. I did red, yellow, green. Like stop, pause, go. Okay, so I'm going to do them the same though. So I'm going to do my green bead. See how I just threaded it on? I just put it on. Okay. Let's make some curls. You guys are going to be wire curling professionals when you're done with this. Okay, so we did some curls. Okay, drop them down like that. Yellow. Okay. Do some curls. Drop it. I don't know if you guys can still see what I'm doing here. Stop. See, I'm just making the curls in between each one a little longer. Okay. And now our pink bead. Some curls. Come down. Okay, so see, this side will come down, as you can see, my elbow, as you can see right now, they're not really matching up, but they're going to. The reason they're not, and don't get worried, is because remember this side has that weighted glass bead. This side doesn't have that weighted glass bead yet. You get that weighted glass bead on there and it's gonna come down, okay? So, we're gonna put that weighted glass bead on right now. Okay, so it's the weighted glass bead, and then our other little glass bead. Okay, and then we're going to take our dowel. You want it as tight to that, as close. This you want as close to that bottom bead as you can get it. Okay, I'm going to scoot in a little on the dowel. I'm going to have to cover it for a second. And then wrap around as tight as you can, just like you did with the other one. Okay, so as you can see, that's a tight one. It's not coming off. Okay, slide our other loop that we did earlier, slide it on, and we just made a hummingbird perch. You guys are that easy. Like, I'm not I can't even. They're that easy. If you guys have like girls camp, church camp, really any kind of camp, these would be a perfect craft. They're cheap, they're fast, they're fun, they're yours. And like I said, if your daughter, like my daughter has a little fairy garden at her grandma's, we'll probably make her a couple of these as fairy swings. So her little fairies can, you know, and they're fun. And like I said, you guys remember, hummingbirds aren't heavy birds. So it's not as if you're going to need industrial wire. Okay? If you guys have any questions, drop them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As soon as I get your message, I try to be very fast at that. Remember to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys wouldn't mind sharing with your friends, tell them about my page. That would be awesome. Thank you guys. Have a great day.